come here. You're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. What's up, everybody? I'm back again. So today I'm coming at you with another DIY, and it's gonna be on how to make contour and highlight sticks out of EOS lip balm. These things. So all that you're really gonna need for this tutorial is an eyeshadow, two eyeshadows that you don't care about, I guess. So I chose this one in one of these little palettes because I don't really use this much. So I'm going to use this little shade right here that I'm pointing at, this one, and for my contour. And also you're going to want to remember to use coconut oil and some of your translucent powder if you are oily like I am, so I'm going to use that. And also you can use the same stuff that's in here that you use if you're going to use an old one. It's okay to use this, just make sure you sanitize it before you use it. That way you're not putting like germs onto your skin or anything. If you want, just get a new one. That would probably work better. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so you're going to want to take those EOS lip balms, some coconut oil, some translucent powder, and the eyeshadows that you're going to use for this. So I'm first off cleaning the EOS lip balms, and then you are going to want to scrape out everything that's in the EOS lip balm for whichever one you're going to start with, and you want to make sure it's completely clean. Now I will say this thing was hard to take out. You can see me failing at it, so you're going to probably take a sharper knife to get it out. So just make sure you twist the lid back on and then set it to the side. Put a little bit less than half a tablespoon in there. I did about maybe a quarter of a tablespoon. And then you're basically just going to want to wait for it to melt. The thing that took the longest to melt was the stuff that was in the EOS lip balm. It took a little bit longer, but it shouldn't take too long. And then after that's all melted, you're going to want to scrape out the stuff that you're going to use for your contour. I'm using this shade right here, and it was in, I believe it was Antique Brown. It was by L'Oreal, I believe. I don't have the pan anymore, so I can't tell you. But I'm also going to take a little bit of translucent powder because I am oily. So I'm going to use that to kind of help with it a little bit so I'm not so shiny because of the coconut oil. But I will say that because coconut oil is in it, it's going to moisturize your face if your skin is really dry. So you're just going to go ahead and pour all that in. I kind of cut off the camera a little bit, as you can see in a minute. But you're just going to pour it up to the line. Not over, but just fill it up enough to where it's going to cover everything like you can see there. So basically you're going to do the same steps as you did before, and then do exactly the same thing with the highlight shade. And I'm just dumping that in there and putting a little bit of translucent powder to help with the oiliness. And then you're going to do the exact same thing, just fill up the EOS and make sure it's covered, and yeah. There you have it. Okay, so now that that's done, you're going to want to let them sit in the freezer for about like 30 minutes. Really, it just depends on how fast they harden. You could even do 20 minutes. I did 30 just to be on the safe side. But all you're going to do, mine are done, and you're just going to go ahead and pop the bottom of it back on, just like that. It should look like this, just like that. Put on, and then you have your EOS contour sticks and highlight sticks. One thing I will say that I would change about this is I wouldn't have picked a color that was so ashy. I didn't realize it was that ashy after I put it on my face. As you can see, it's a little bit ashy. So if you have that problem like me, just pick a more warmer brown if you have a more warm complexion. Other than that, I think this was a total hit. It totally worked, and it worked very well. This will definitely work for people who have dry skin, but it will totally work for anybody. I will say that though, with this highlighter, I would use a beauty blender or the Real Technique sponge or your fingers. I actually liked using my fingers a lot more because I had more control with it. But you know, it's whatever works for you, but I totally think this was a total hit, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you guys think down below. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! And then you're going to go ahead and position it the way you want to position it, and then go ahead and stick your makeup brushes in it, and it's as simple as that. This tutorial is actually very easy.